Hello, 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 and welcome one and all to D&D and helping with character creation. I will just join you briefly, Mr. Des. Now that I've done my intro. Hello, Mr. Des. Welcome. Yeah, doing good. I was doing my intro and everything, so I was making sure that I was muted and stuff when you came in. This map can be used for now. Character creation it is then. I am currently on your character sheet on my end as well. So essentially, so essentially, you should have at least the D&D Beyond save so that you can have your that site like active and so on. You should be able to edit your own character. Let me go out of it. Sure. Let's see then. We shall go into the little because I can just remove Walk from the thing because I can just copy the link for you again. If can the, um, uh, um, make sure to delete it first though, and then do the campaign link so you can start from fresh sort of thing. Because it's best to sort of like as you like open a new tab, sort of like use the invite link because then you can both create a new character or create from pre-made characters sort of thing. So you, yeah, so it's the best. Just gonna help you a little bit because there are some things that I want you have ticked for from on the home menu there. So if you scroll down on the home page on your character, yeah, and that you do want, but below that is hit point type. You do want to switch it from fixed to manual, and and you do want to have optional features and customize your origin turned on and ticked. That's just above advancement type. That should be advancement type should be milestone, and then above that should be optional class features and both customize your yeah. Besides that, you shouldn't need to use prerequisites. So if the boxes are ticked for feats and multi-class prerequisites, you should not be using those currently. I will not be forcing that. I will not be forcing that for this campaign that you need a certain like stats or prerequisite to choose certain feats or certain classes if you should do multi classes, for example.
Okay, I've unticked them. So I keep show level scale spells.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
characters privacy is like I have a campaign only. I have chosen public so you for Soda's character, but it's most to sort of like share if we should want to.
Okay, I'll just put mine to public as well. Saves that. Okay, so that's that. How do I get to the next? Oh, right there. Next. Okay.
So it's like there's like five different tabs. So if you should want to choose the species first, you can go to species first. If you would be on the third tab there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on
Oh,
different.
I see across the top there. Yeah. Oh, currently I'm in class.
Yeah.
Just
So
because that was the next one that pulled up. So I've selected paladin,
yeah.
and it's saying core paladin traits. Two choices for the first level.
Yes, which should you have certain things that you get to choose from as a paladin. I'm gonna go into rules so I can also follow along on the paladin page so that I know what you get to choose from.
Gotcha.
You get to choose between athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, or religion as a skill.
Well, if I'm gonna be, see, I don't know um, what role Soda's gonna be. Because if she goes tank, it's kind of pointless me picking up the intimidation.
The thing is, the form of tank Soda would be able to do is essentially the Circle of Moondrew, the subclass which will be available first at level 3. And that's the animal form. So you could still be tanky, even more tanky than her would be in her animal forms. Because you gain
Not too
armor.
bad though. Having two tanks wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, exactly, because both of you can both tank, and you have both support spells and healing spells. So both of you can do everything essentially, but you get access to more armor, like a fighter would.
True. Yes. So I'm gonna pick up intimidation and religion.
Just remember that
And
intimidation usually is charisma. So if you want to use another stats for that, you so sort of like, for example, if you want to intimidate using strength, you would then have to like role play justify why you would want to do that.
gotcha. I mean, with being a tank, he's going to be fairly strong anyway. But obviously, he's going to be using magic because he's holy aligned. I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Makes sense.
just bear in mind, as a paladin, your spellcasting is based upon charisma.
Oh, okay.
So how charismatic you are as a, and much of your stuff is based upon like auras, so like buffing things around you, or like adding for smite, for example, you get to like as a bonus action when you hit a target, you can just say, well, I apply a smite damage, and then you get extra damage as a bonus action, for example.
That's pretty cool. So, if this is easier for you, by the way, use World of Warcraft terms just to make it easy because I used to play as a paladin, so it makes sense. Okay. So,
Smite
lay on hand.
Lay on hands is your like pool. You get 5 each HP per level. So it's just now it's 5. So for example, at level 2 you get have 10 in your pool that you can distribute however you want. And
Gotcha.
like you can have some just if someone's dying, you can just have use it 1 HP to give them out of being dying at least, then you can get them up and out of there, or you can just. And also as a feature, you can spend 5 HP to on said to remove an effect for like poison. So you can remove poison from a creature if someone is poisoned from something. So you can, but you don't get to both heal using the 5 HP and remove the effect. You have to choose either or.
Like, you're sacrificing 5 health points that you would be able to heal to then remove the debuff, essentially.
Yeah, and you get and you. I know that I think the feature lets you remove other things than just poison later on, but I'm not super sure about that. And if not, I would then allow you to then essentially, even if that weren't the case.
So it's gonna be lay on hands, spell casting, because obviously I'd need that because of meditation and whatnot, and it's let me do that. Weapon mastery, I've got two choices.
So essentially, weapon master is essentially the weapon you use when you have your shield. So it's certain things you can use with shields. So for example, you can use long swords, war hammers, and then I know also there's an axe you can use that aren't two-handed, like a war axe or something, depending what you want. That's the best sort of like damage when it comes to war. Yeah, war pick is also a good option.
So currently I've got selected mace.
If you want if you want a bludgeoning weapon, Warhammer is the best damage. But you can just have a mace if you prefer a mace. I'm not saying that you have to have a Warhammer or have to have the best weapon available. Yes, I'm just giving you the option that it is the best option for it, essentially.
So is a warhammer one-handed?
You can choose with a Warhammer. So if you want to use a shield, for example, you can wield it in one hand, and then you use the lower damage number. And but if you then don't want to use that shield anymore and want to risk it to sacrifice some armor, you can use it with 2 hands to do more damage essentially. So it's sort of like a it's sort of, you can use it both essentially. Certain weapons let you do both things.
So I've picked warhammer and battle axe. So I'm pretty sure battle axe is.
I don't know if battle axe, what kind of axe it is that lets you do. Uh,
It's saying topple, which I believe will be a two-handed skill. So that's gonna be. Is it? Oh no, that would be a great axe, right? A great axe would be the two-hander.
okay, I know there's some kind of axe that lets you do the thing of the same as a longsword or a warhammer, but I'm not sure which it is, and I don't have a character she's in front of me. Let's that is done. Let me see what. Let's just use one of the other characters to just search inventory. There we go. No, not war act. Myself one.
So I'm reading some of the weapons on here. Could you imagine me being a paladin with a shield in one hand and a shotgun in the other?
I mean, you could. I mean, it's nothing preventing you from it. So
I could just imagine me now, just like walk around, like feet stomping the ground. Everyone's like, "Oh crap, here comes the big bad whatever." And I just see a massive tower shield with a shotgun next to it. Oh dear.
Mall.
Tickled me more than it should.
Great hand axe is a thing, but that's just great sword. Great. Yeah, great axe isn't the thing that we were after. We were after something else. Then I don't know.
The one I've got selected is battle axe. I don't know if you would because a battle axe, if a battle axe is two-handed, right, that would be the same as a great axe. That's my logic.
Yeah, because battle axe is it's the same as a long sword and the hammer thing, warhammer, because it's
Okay, so
it has versatile as a thing, which means that if you have it one-handed, you do 1d8 damage, and then you use your shield. And if you don't want to use your shield or want to sacrifice it, you would then use the 1d10 as a damage instead.
gotcha.
And topple is yeah, quite explanatory. You can attempt to make creatures prone with that ability.
To me. Okay, so there's that one down.
Certain weapons have a certain like abilities to them. Let me go into your thingy. You also get to choose spells, and as a paladin, it will be the same case as if so for Soda, because she's a druid. You get to all spells on your spell list, but you don't get to have everything all at once. Essentially you have to prepare. So every time you have a long rest, you can, if you want to, switch and choose which one you want to use for the next day. So, for example, if you want Shield of Faith and Cure Wounds, you can then switch them to whatever you want for the next Bless or Heroism or whatever. I know that, for example, Shield of Faith gives you an additional +2 to your armor when it's active. So it's an additional actual shield, but it's magic.
It's funny, it says I don't know any spells, even though it's giving me lay on hands.
Yeah, no, lay on hands is just your paladin thing, but on your spell thing, you can then add spells. So prepare a spell and add a spell under on the spell tab. Then you can have 2 spells from that list prepared. So it's all the way up from Ballistic Smite all down to Wrathful Smite is the last spell you have. So it is a pretty.
Well, I've taken Shield of Faith and
It's a good choice.
Divine Smite.
Just bear in mind that you also think might you might not get access to it right away, but I think you will get maybe next level or something. You will get access to a free Divine Smite that you can like access after. So it's a good choice for level one. Very good for level one.
Oh, I could take Divine Smite or use Cure Wounds and then pick up the Divine Smite when I level. Yeah.
Cause
That,
and Q wounds is significantly buffed from 2024 rules than it was using 2014 rules. Instead of 1d8, it's 2d4, 2d8 now, so it's buffed. But you do have to go to your target.
concentration range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the drawback. So if you get when you get access to healing word, that's all better use for it because you get to use it's lower healing, mind you, but you can use it on range.
Yeah. So, I'm in choose origin and background.
So well, next is background that you get to choose, but there's a lot of background available for you.
I've picked Guard, but I haven't been able to pick my species yet, which is the next one.
Wait, let me just update because I didn't. Yeah, because now that you picked God, you get to choose a gaming set that you get proficiency with.
Balls, darts, dice, dragon chess, playing cards, quotes, and 3 dragon handset.
Plus that the God subclass gave you automatic proficiency in athletics and perception.
Oh, that's handy. Alert, granted feat.
Yes, you got that as a free feat from your background, so you can as alert essentially you can you add your proficiency bonus for when you roll initiative for one thing, and you can also swap your initiative with another person. So you can discuss that with the other party members if you're really high and you want another player to move before you do. You can want to swap with me, and you can with that feature.
Gotcha, that's handy.
And you
Nice.
which the recommended is the virus down increased two scores of 2 and 1, but don't choose um, which one that get which one yet before we roll.
Okay, yeah, because then I can, if one's lower than the other, I can. Gotcha.
And personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws you can taking as. Let me see if I can get you the options for that, because for some reasons the new place handbook doesn't have the personality traits and everything on of the backgrounds when the old ones had. Let me see if those are available for guards for backgrounds. Background. No, well, soldier, sort of. Well, you not weren't a soldier. You're a god specifically. Mm. No, apparently you don't get to choose the things of it. You can just pick whatever personality traits and stuff that you feel that your character would have then.
Okay. Well, it says character details. I need to choose if I'm chaotic good, neutral, lawful evil, lawful good, that kind of thing. I don't know what I would pick.
For example,
If I'm a
chaotic.
god,
Yes.
if I'm a god, I can't see myself being evil. If that makes sense. I can see myself being either neutral or good. I'm either going to go, whatever. You know, kill them, or I'm
Bear,
going to.
bear in mind that a devil is, even if a devil is evil, is still a lawful character. So devil is still has his own honor system, or it would still,
His own code of conduct.
yeah.
Okay.
So even if you're like a douchebag god, you still follow. So so if you want, you could still be technical evil. So that's would, for example, a character like Robin Hood would be a chaotic good character because he's good, but he wouldn't follow the law, so it's chaotic sort of. Since he's robbing the good guys, well, the rich, to help the poor. So like, depend how you want your character to act in a campaign, and
If I chose, for example, lawful good, my character would have to take the bet, like the sounds lawful good, and there are three options in front of me: evil, kind of okay, and the high road, which is the honorable road. My character would try and strive for the honorable road, right?
yeah, but
Just making sure.
and every option, if you, for example, choose lawful good, would then tell you what the lawful good character would do,
Okay.
and then you can sort of expect, do you want your character to be that alignment, for example. But there is a lot of like,
I've picked lawful good, and the lifestyle is comfortable, which gives you 2 GP, but I don't know what to put for faith.
this is actually what god you would worship, and such. There's a lot of gods in.
Is there a god of donuts? A god of cookies?
There's not, but sadly,
That'd be good. Okay, so
it would be the. Good you're here, Soda. That you can be with us now. I can. Oh,
be a god. No, that's that's. He's just doing it to highlight, to see what options and information it gives while he's helping me do mine. Hi, Soda.
I know that the old had the list of gods. And bear in mind, the background is just what you were before you decided to be an adventure, and it gives you a certain amount of gear and like proficiencies and such. Uh,
So, what would
for
Soda's backstory be? Like, what would her past role be before she was an adventurer be? Because she's a fair bit of that
I mean,
mint
yeah, a lot. For example, the common god that paladin have is Helm, as in the thing you have on your head. Helm, the god of protection, which is usual, but there's a lot of different gods, like Mistra, which is the god of goddess of mistress, magic. There's a lot of different kind of depending on what Tyr, for example, is the god of justice. So
That's a Norse god as well. Yeah, it's got for tier. So that sounds about right. I mean, it's Norse mythology, and it meets with what I'm after. That's yeah.
and by the way, Soda, I will need you to change your background to an actual in-game background, so you still get your like equipment from your background. So either like Hermit and or Outlander is the appropriate. You can still have your like story that you have. That wouldn't change. It would just change what you get from the background. Like you get more equipment and stuff. Uh, have you chosen your species or are you still on background, Des?
We're on physical. I'm on physical characteristics at the moment.
Okay.
Let's see what background. Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
looking. I've got a tab up here because I want to be a bear king.
I mean,
I'm going to be a polar bear because can be. But I'm here looking here at the
yeah.
basic traits, which is nuts. I can
Uh,
be
uh,
8 feet tall and 450 pounds and still be classed as a
um,
medium-sized opponent.
Bearkin. I don't have access to that from what I know.
Just find it on the list. Let's have a look.
Yeah, Bearfolk Darful and Shadowborn Bearfolk. I have Bugbear. I know.
Damn it! I could have sworn I spotted on this list. Okay, so let's go for a different race then. Let's have a look. Ooh, hello, Dragonborn. Dragonborn hash from the eggs of
You can so make sure that there's a lot of races besides the core rules ones. So every just don't choose anything that is legacy content. So if you want to choose an Asimar, choose an Asimar that isn't the legacy version of it.
Okay. Well, I was just looking at this normal list here because the Dragonborn's the second one down here, but I don't see.
There's an expanded rule. There's expanded rules and such as well. You can take in to show legacy content, by the way, as too. I'm not sure if you're able to see everything for some though, but you should be able to have everything that I have access to. I mean, it might, but you're a druid. You aren't specified that you have to fly as a fairy. You're a druid. You can later on choose to fly with animals at later levels. But yeah, so I need you to change your little background here to something else so that you get more equipment from your background and such. And here's
Creature type that says I'm a humanoid. Good.
uh,
Apparently my size is between 5 and 7. That's fine.
as a dragonborn, or which did you choose in the end?
Dragonborn. I got a breath weapon, which I picked for.
You get to you get to choose your race, and you then the damage is equivalent to that.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. So I picked. It says Dragon Ancestors because then it says damage type. Um, Black Dragon gets acid apparently.
Yes, and you will also get resistance to said at some point. And yes, you get resistance to the same damage bonus type as you chose. So your breath weapon will do acid if you choose, for example, that. Copper and black is the ones that get acid.
Fairy might be hard to fight thinking about it first and just kind of push buttons for it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry about it, Soda. That's why I say I'm gonna help you, and I offered you to join, but I know that you're shy.
So it says I get to pick two languages, two standard languages. One's obviously going to be Draconic because, well, that's his native tongue. But I don't know what to pick for the other one apart from Common, but it won't let me pick Common. It just says
Cause you,
Common Sign Language.
because common you already would know. This is two besides common.
Oh, right.
So, for example, if you so for example, you could if you think you'll get to have encounters with goblin, you can choose goblin, for example, or say with orcs or giants, depending on what you think you will encounter during this campaign.
I picked Giant just for the simple fact is like in history, well, in most fantasy, dragons and giants fight each other all the time.
Yes, it's the same in this world. That like a very ancient world of.
It's like territory. I mean, dragons generally win, but like giants don't go down without a fight. So okay, so anyway, back to the background because I need to get this sort of stuff. Tier, personal characteristics. Dragons don't have hair. Skin would be scaled. Red eyes. I can do 7 feet, so I'm gonna damn well take it. Uh,
Also, so that I would you can see what do you get to choose between for proficiencies. Weapon proficiency. You get to choose between animal handling, arcana, insight, medicine, nature, perception, and religion, or survival. So it will depend what you want your little fairy creature to be good at as a druid. Do you think like animal handling nature, or do you want to be more a survivalist, or and good with like perceiving people? That would be up to you. And there's also primal order for druid that you get to choose between either a more combat heavy druid or like more spell heavy druid. Me trying to both help you, Des, and help Soda at the same time.
like I said, I'm just reading this stuff at the moment. I'm sitting here trying to have a good think because I've So there's like personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws. Because obviously every character's gonna have a flaw somewhere.
Yeah,
Uh,
but for
so in
for example, for personality traits, there's like you get two personality traits, but it's essentially things that you can, as a description, have describe a trait your character would have in a sentence, and that would be one trait, and then how you get two of those essentially.
okay,
Uh, so, for example, I'm gonna just go to the older background for let's go for example, as a regular soldier could have a personality trait that said I'm always polite and respectful as a thing, or it can have a trait that is said I enjoy being strong and like breaking things as a thing.
well, I found my flaw. He's a dragon, right?
Yeah, it's a
So flaw
dragonborn.
is gonna be a weakness for gold, like all feckin' dragons. uh,
An idea
person.
ideal is something that you would sort of fight for. Animal hunting for sure. Okay, I will go into your, yeah, in the paladin character.
My, my character sounds cool. Thanks. My last one was a basic bitch human, so I've tested different things this time. It was a cleric, I believe.
Nature you can't. Some animal hand. Well, you both animal hand. Well, I'm gonna. Well, let's do this and let's take this.
Mandolin, I remember having on my well, the only other time I played D&D, and it helped me tame a direwolf in the middle of the Arctic wilds. So I I quite like it. I can see why you went for it.
Let's give Soda Outlander as a background. She's not. She's not from around.
I don't think my character is, to be fair. He's a dragonkin. They're not exactly thriving.
Let's give Soda Sylvan as a language that you know, because that makes sense.
In between us, we're going to be walking a flipping encyclopedia for languages.
And also Soda, um, you you get to choose personality traits. Choose two from the lists. You chose one ideal that you sort of fight for. That same with the choose a bond, sort of like what your character would care for example. And same with flaw. You already have your flaw with being that you said that your character is a goody two shoes.
So, Soda, what kind of role are you going to be? Because I'm setting up to be a tank just in case. But Dan was saying that we could both be tanks and kind of like make it stupidly difficult for people.
That is depending on if Soda goes for that subclass in level 3. So it's all depending on that, and that's up to her which subclass she chooses.
Definitely. I do not want to influence it. I want Soda to play how she wants. Yes.
Yeah, it's pre-shows and backgrounds, and because I chose this one and not an Outlander from the new book.
Soda, I did the same for my first character. I'm not gonna lie. I did the exact same. I went on a spiel. I made lists and everything. And then I was like, oh, you can be a guard, you can be a soldier, you can be a nomad. I'm like, oh.
These are the pre-made stuff, and the earlier edition have more like personality traits. For some reason, though, the 2024 version don't have the personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws written on the background. So some of them we have to like go to the earlier edition to sort of like see what is worth. Well, you can also like make like two characteristics up, but there's eight that you can choose from. For example, with Outlander, like was essentially I'm driven by a wanderlust that led me away from home, or have a lesson from every situation, drawn from observing nature. Like there's a lot of different things that you can choose from if you want to. Between
I don't know what to pick for a personality trait. Forgive me. I can't think of anything.
I,
Like, how do the ability scores? Like wisdom, charisma, attributes.
but you can make a judgment call though after you rolled your stats if you prefer that depending on how you roll. You can then make a, well, how did your character become X amount of strong or weak be, be, depending on what you roll. Why are your character smart or dumb as shit?
Let's face it, damn. I'm gonna be dumb as shit. It's just how I am.
I mean, why is your character like? What's the freaking British saying again?
I eat spinach.
Yeah, yeah, but there's
My
a.
character's dumb as hell because he got into a contest of who could headbutt the wall the hardest. He went a bit too extra.
It's now. Essentially, your character is thick as pig shit. That's the British saying.
Do is just point and just be like smash like she's talking to the Hulk or something. Oh, hey. Anyway, right. So sorry, that really tickled me.
I mean that can legit be a flaw of your character, thick as pig shit, if you want to.
That really did tickle me. Just a tiny little fairy ordering around a dragon kid. That'll be fun. Edit traits. What is your character like? How do their ability scores, like wisdom or charisma, contribute to their personality?
Yes, describe it as a sentence, or like it doesn't need to be a long sentence. For example, the soldier one, for example, is like, I have a crude sense of humor. Like it's a that for a soldier, for example. So it all depends.
Hey, Pengy.
Hello, Pengy.
The Pengy probably doesn't know my voice, does he?
No, you're very seldom on my channel. I think you only have been once before on my stream when we did that, the Return to Moria.
Yeah, that is true. So for you all who are wondering, I'm Des. I'm the idiot.
And I'm used to mod you a pretty hefty amount, and I sort of like fell off because
It's not you fall off. It was you took up streaming yourself. You've only got so much time.
yeah. Yes, besides that, you had to cancel your streaming, and then I sort of like forgot that you existed for a while as well too. So
Well, to be fair, yeah, I did take a year off. Mental health and all that jazz. I just had an idea and I just totally forgot it because I was going to shut up yapping. What am I going to? I'll leave it blank. I'll edit that later. I can't think
for example, It's essentially what it would justify what are you fighting for, and the ideal is what then determines what sort of like alignment you would like then wear towards. Like some wear towards more like evil, neutral, chaotic, or just good, depending on the.
The ideal I've written down is justice. The bond I've put is friends, and the flaws is weakness for gold. I just can't think of a personality trait that kind of sits. I did have an idea for one, but it's gone. I can't remember what I was going to put. But I've got page.
I mean, as a bond, if it's during the justice thing, is you can write down, "I fight for those who cannot fight for themselves," because that's the sort of justice, isn't it?
That is true. That one. Defender of the
Downtrodden.
Would downtrodden be one word or two?
One word, I think, if I recall.
I probably haven't even spelled it right, so it's fine.
I know what you're after, at least. As long as we both know what we're meaning, I don't care about spelling.
Okay. Good, because I'm heavily dyslexic, so.
Yeah, I know. So that's why I don't care as much.
Okay, so ability scores. I'm on that bit, but we'll get Soda to the same point as well.
I don't know if she's at that point in her character sheet or not, but I can help you with the ability scores first, because I don't know.
Marvelous. Is it? Hell yeah.
Let me just
Okay.
update. I mean, it's you, Soda, and Pengy, and it counts the blurb thing and the Pokemon community game. So,
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so choose a generation method.
and you do want at least first manual slash rolled,
Okay, now click that one.
because I always want people to roll first, unless you get at least roll first. Then if you get super sucky stats, we can always go for either point buy or the standard array after that. If you like super. So essentially, you can just click those. Normally, how this works is if you get physical dice, is how you roll 4d6s, so 4 normal dice that you like would play for like Monopoly, for example, and you then drop the lowest number, and then that's the number for a stat, and then you do that a total of 6 times, and then you distribute those stats to whatever score you want after that.
Okay, so I've done the one, three, I've done the 6 rolls. I got a 10, a 14, a 17,
A good one.
14, 12, and a 16.
I mean, nothing below a 10 at least.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
I mean, then we know that whatever you put on the 17, that can be your +1. Your 16 can be your +2, which means you have two 18 stats. And now 14, 14, 12, and 10. And I mean, even a 10 is well, that's an average human's worth of things. I mean, even if you choose intelligence, that's still like you would be as smart as a local farmer would. I mean, a commoner like.
So, I'm not going to really need dexterity, am I?
I mean, you would. It still would be good if you have dexterity, though, because still you would still need to dodge away for stuff like a fireball, for example.
Gotcha. Oh, you can't see what I've
I updated and at least saw what you roll, but then I can update again to see what you. Okay,
Okay. Just
that's.
to see if you agree with where I put the things.
I mean, that's up to you. I wouldn't recommend the 10 on the decks, but that's up to you.
I can swap the decks. Oh,
I mean, if you want your character to be as we quoted thick as pig shit, the 10 would be intelligence.
true.
Oh, hi, dude, man.
Wisdom's not gonna power anything for me, is it?
It's more that it's stat wise that you essentially how good do you want to be for like certain wisdom related shit like perceiving or like survival things, but or like how but you can put it as you want, is essentially.
I'm gonna put wisdom as 10, and then I'll swap the 12 for intellect.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Okay.
And because then you can wait. What was? Because you can then put one for strength and plus two on something else on the background.
I get a +2 and a +1, right?
But for a soldier, you get to choose strength, intelligence, or wisdom. Apparently, so if you have two on wisdom, you get at least that back up to 14. So it would be 18 on your constitution and 14, 14, 14, 16 and a 10. So that is still a good loadout.
Okay.
If I have to have one.
Macroom, doesn't it?
Yes.
Ah, there, ability scores. Okay. So if I put the +1 to what was it
Strength.
I was doing?
Strength. What plus one for strength? Because then would it turn it to 18. So if you plus two on your wisdom, because then would give it a good even between everything there.
Okay, so then if I go back to abilities, so yeah, my wisdom would be
14.
12, which would match my intelligence, which is 12. Oh, no, no.
No, wait, your wisdom would be 12. Yeah, 12, both 12 and on both intelligence and wisdom. I mean, that's decent enough. I mean,
It's like a kind of even spread.
it's not bad. It's not super bad. And also, Soda. I don't know if you have been paying attention to these things, but I want you to also roll for your stats, please. Using these buttons, these 6 buttons, I want you to roll your stats. Thank you. Which means that you're done with that. It's gonna just check. You can't add something just yet for spells. The next thing would be equipment after our abilities and everything. If you don't think you are done with like your characteristics and such.
That's weird. I didn't get a. I got a longsword as my starting weapon and not the mace or the axe.
I mean, you can. as a paladin starting, you it's A, you get chainmail, shield, longsword, javelins, and such, and then you get the equipment from being a god as well. But you can
I took option A for the paladin and option B for the guard.
but you can just switch out the weapon for what you want. If I mean, you can switch out the spear, for example, from the guard set, or the longsword. I wouldn't mind you switching at all.
How do I do that then? Oh, add items. Okay. That's loading.
Wait, I need to do this for you. Hang on.
Plus, is orchestrating these characters for the perfect TP. Yeah. Yes, he is. It's only my second time playing, and the first time I only think we had 4 or 5 sessions.
There we go. Why are you getting so much? I don't know, just trying to figure something out.
Yeah, my strength was 17. The hell?
Yeah, I switched your pluses, so essentially you had your 17 and then I changed, but that's why I'm trying to figure out here. Why you why you're like 20 instead of like because first you had like 19 from 17 and now you have 20 switched between them, so it's very odd.
Is it because I equipped my armor?
It shouldn't be, because neither one of your weapons gives you a stat.
Oh.
But if you want to switch a weapon, go to the inventory tab.
Where would that one be? Because I'm still on the.
Wait.
Oh.
Wait.
Found it. Sorry, I was having to pull up the same screen that you had there.
Because you can open your character sheet from. Because you can then click inventory, then also manage inventory. Because you can then, after using manage inventory, search for whatever you want here, essentially.
Okay, so I need to.
Just gonna
Longsword.
update here.
But oh.
You have a longsword already.
Yeah, I was just gonna see if I could remove it from my backpack entirely, but you
I
can't.
can you can equip, move, or and delete. You should have a delete to the right of move.
It's got move to backpack and party inventory. That's it. They're the only 2 options I've got.
I can delete it for you then. There we go.
Yeah.
So
And then I need to find. Pardon me. I need to find either the. Oh, what's it called? Either the mace or the axe.
healing pool, lay on hands. Yeah, battle axe or a warhammer. So you can either use a warhammer to push, or use a battle axe to topple. So essentially, you can attack something, and if you hit, you just say, "Well, you moved 10 feet away from me," and then you go after them and push and push if you essentially want to.
What cliff?
Yeah, because they don't get a save for it. It just happens.
Okay, so I added a Warhammer backpack. Oh,
Because
afraid it's still there.
update. Yeah, yeah, you have to do a little refresher there.
There we go. And I probably end up going to just sell them javelins or something. Oh no, keep them handy.
I mean, because javelins can still be useful for like doing ranged attacks.
Huh. Apparently I'm at a disadvantage for chainmail.
Yeah, because yeah, disadvantaging for stealth checks in particular, because you're making a lot of loss.
Disadvantage. Gotcha.
Yes, you're making a lot of noise essentially using heavy armor.
Gotcha. What kind of characters Pengy and stuff gonna be then?
Pengi hasn't joined our campaign, at least, but I haven't asked Pengi if he wanted to. To be fair,
Alright.
he's just here.
Uh,
But then you can all.
silent armor. I mean, that would be kind of sweet.
I mean, then you can also like watch out. For example, if you want to buy the other like a war axe, for example, you could battle axe. A battle axe is 10 gold. So if you want to have it, you can just spend 10 gold and just I have a battle axe as well.
I just realised I've got dark vision as well. I totally didn't realise that.
Yeah, they got given it because you didn't. The Dragonborn race didn't used to before, but they got given it.
Awesome. You don't want my sarcasm and sass in the D&D again. Oh, come on. That's one of the best bits.
I mean, of course we wouldn't mind.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if you
Very
uh,
honestly.
so if you want to be in a group, Pengi, you would be welcome because then we will have 4 players. Your lamp, a blanking, holy water, rations, robe, and a tinder box. So essentially, you can have.
I mean, technically, we wouldn't need any of that. Oh, no. No, we would. We would.
It,
My breath acid, not fire.
but you don't. You yeah, but we don't need to because at least you can see in darkness.
Yeah.
And I think
See, Soda would be able to if she's a fairy, just from magical.
apparently not. At least not from the red get go from what I see. I'm gonna see if need to check your little if because you might need edit for you.
I've never played D&D and you barely ever watch it. It's good fun. It is good fun. I've only
Yeah.
played D&D once. I did 5 sessions and it kind of fell apart because of
Reason, yeah,
what.
but yeah, Soda can see in the dark. Soda can legit not see in the dark, so you would need a lamp for her.
Would you be able to even hold the lamp?
I mean, you could,
'Cause the
or
light's
someone
not
else
clear
could.
enough.
I mean, you could, or someone else could still.
I'll just jam a stick into the back of my armor and put it on the top so she can sit up there happily.
I mean, you could just have the lamp tied to your tail and have it there.
Yeah.
But she could legit, since Soda's character is considered small, she could use your character as a mount.
Unban me, boss. Oh dear.
I'm unbanning Soda because I want her here. I need you to roll some stats on your character, by the way, Soda. Yes, so you know.
For the first time, my height is good. Isn't it? See, I'm 6'4", and everyone I ever meet like, I wish I was tall. You don't, okay? You just don't. You smash your head off door frames. You can't fit into places. Cars are an issue to get in and out of. It's just not worth it.
So Soda, if you're on your character sheet, I would need you to go into abilities and use these roll things to roll your stats on your character, please. Dude man always jokingly ban her. I didn't ban her at all.
No, the band. She's just like, hi as well, banned. Uh oh. Uh oh. Yes, it will give you 6 random rolls. If you get any
Yes,
bad ones, man can do some magic for you.
yes, because we will then. How it normally works, so that with these rolls is that you roll 4 regular dice, as in Monopoly dice, those things are d6, 4 of them, and drop the lowest. But here is everything is done digitally and for you, so it rolls 4 d6s, and essentially you then record every sort of square, then gets a number, then we can assign them to what you need.
Yeah, it's how I got my points done for mine.
So essentially, click every roll button, and I can help you as well.
You shan't get rid of me, I'll fight back. She's a scrappy little fairy.
So Soda's character can't legit um, see in the dark.
Okay, so my night vision's going to be a bit more handy than we thought. I would have thought, with her being a magical spirit of magic,
I
we'd be able
mean,
to have at least some night vision. But okay.
especially considering she's from the Shadow, not Shadowfell, but the whatever the nature place is from. It's constantly night there.
So I would
The
have thought there would be
Feywells.
frigid and then wild.
By the way, as a house rule thing, since I'm on your character,
Thank you, that's brutal. Oh dear.
if you're on your character sheet, I don't know if you have that open or not. But if you go back for features and traits, there's something that I want you to do.
Features and traits.
Yes, and scroll pretty far down, because at feats you have a button called Manage Feats.
I see it. I've clicked it.
Yeah, you get to choose a free feature of the ones on the list. So either on from core rules or expanded rules, you can choose whichever one you want.
I was gonna pick defense, but there's also protection.
I mean, defense you can get to choose later on level 2. You get to choose the what now?
How many of these do I get to pick?
I don't see protection though.
It's under musician.
Oh, there.
Core rules.
So you can. I think you when on level 2 you can either choose protection or defense. It's essentially a fighting style feat that you get to choose on level 2. So if you want to either or, but if you want to pick one of them, you can essentially pick the other now. If you still want both of them.
Okay.
But so because you do get to choose a fighting style feat, so which both protection and defense is.
Well, is protection just on me, or is that a protection stance for tanking?
Let me see. Protection, fighting style feat. When a creature you can see attacks a target other than you, that's within 5 feet of you. So if someone is standing right next to you and it attacks the other guy, like Soda, for example, if Soda's right next to you, you can use your shield to sort of like impose a disadvantage on the roll. To sort of like do a little leaping with your shield, but yeah, that sort of like requires you to have a shield, and like, but also it requires you someone to be right next to you at all times for it to work.
Okay, I think I'll just take the defense one then. Yeah, I'll take that one.
Defense is good because you can choose other things as well. Because for example, when you go for the features after, you can for level 2 choose blind fighting, which would give you 10 feet of able to see everything within 10 feet of you.
Gotcha.
So essentially, you would be as a bat, like you don't need sight. So if someone is invisible near you, you would be able to see the invisible person.
Gotcha. Oh wow, my armor class is 19 now.
Thanks to defense, yes. And if you use the Shield of Faith, it would turn to 21. For that, if you use Shield of Faith on yourself, you would turn that 19 to 21 for that. So for 10 minutes, your armor class is 21. If you when you cast that spell.
Oh, Pengy, you just all I can hear in my head now is the every time he smashes into the face. Oh god. So there we go.
Soda, now can I help you a little bit better?
Yes, yes, yes.
Soda, are you here, Soda? Maybe not. I don't know if she is here or not. Currently actively.
She just said it was a lifesaver for summoning cookies for everyone. There she is.
Yes, Soda is for cakes.
Oh yes. Everyone gets cakes and cookies.
Now can I help you with your character, Soda? But I can help you now though. Still, if you want to. Take note of what you said. You take note of what I said. Yeah. Um, question, Soda. Do you want more to be a more spellcasting druid or a fighting type druid? There's a lot of spells that Soda has. You want spells focus. Noted. Then while we choose your primal order to be magician. You know one extra cantrip from the druid spell list. In addition, your mystical connection to nature gives you a bonus to your intelligence, arcane, or checks. The bonus equals your wisdom modifier.
Pengy, I love it. Pengy says she's only allowed to have a spell that makes her summon cookies. No other magic, just being able to summon. I want to be a chunky cookie dough.
Spare the dying. Because then Soda would be able to make sure that people don't die. If someone goes down, Soda can go to the people and just cast Spare the Dying, and they don't have to use death saving throws anymore. She gets Druidcraft because she's a fairy. I will let you pick your own magic though. You get to choose 2 cantrips for now and 4 magic from a long list of level 1 stuff. But I will let you choose your own magics. But if you want help with said thing, I will help you. Don't worry. That's the speed.
It's just chuck cookies at the wounded teammates. Could you imagine getting using a death saving throw and you just get a cookie wedged in your mouth?
I mean, I know that Goodberry is a thing. We can just reflavor it instead of it being berries that she summons. She summons up cookies as a spell.
It can all be made possible.
I mean, it's still things. So you mean?
It is a long list.
The,
Level 1 spells.
yes, and on the plus side, Soda, you get to change your spells every time your character sleeps. You get to change the levels stuff. You never get to choose change the cantrips. Well, unless you level up, but the regular spells you get to change.
And passing out doesn't count as sleeping. I learned that the hard way.
Nope, it does not. Sadly. It's essentially passing out. You need to wake up from passing out first,
Yeah.
and then take a long rest. But I sort of want to help you make your character so and but I know that you don't. You're sort of shy. I don't want to be in voice chat. Do you want me to pick some spells for you, or do you want to choose for yourself? Concussion. Thunder damage. Concealed shot. I can, yes. I mean, if you feel that it doesn't work, we can always change it forever for later. So let's see here. Good berries, and we can reflavor that. Cure wounds so that she can heals. Because you would then be both you and Soda would then be able to heal. Good berries for daily food. Animal friendship do make sense, but we can prepare that from now. Charm person for now. Well, we do want a damaging one. Ice knife. It's a background. Afflicted medicine. Bagpipes. What do make sense for freaking fairy to have proficiency? I don't maybe a harp. I don't see her to coming with a freaking glower or dulcimer.
No, she just comes out of nowhere with a glaive that's like a million times too big for her. She's like an absolute badass. More or less screams something along the lines of "Don't touch my cake before the blade strikes someone."
Pan flute can be a good one. And it's gonna do a little this so that you still get a lot of the things that you should get. You can still have your little magic item that you found. This doesn't really do much. There we go. Use it. Lever a pouch. Quartz. Ooh. Shield. Sickle. Yeah, staff as a wandering staff as a little arcane focus.
I'm gonna be a popular Cooper. We already are.
Roll. Roll.
See what rolls she gets.
And roll. I mean, besides the 2, it's like, well, besides the like 8, it's like 12, 13, 13, 14, 13.
Not bad. Pretty even.
It's not a good spread though. It's even, but it's not a good spread. So let's go for standard array for soda.
Do a reroll then.
I mean, I could. Let's do a reset group. Confirm. That's better. That's not better. Better. Decent. Decent. So 15, 7, 15, 13, 11, 11. I mean,
Right.
and I mean, considering she's a fairy, so it would make sense for the strength to be 7. She's a small fairy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have thought so.
Let's go with this.
So how tall is Soda's character?
I mean, she's considered small, so I mean, so she's child-sized, essentially. So like 3 foot.
As big as 7 foot tall dragon stood right next to her. Okay.
So,
On the plus side, she could probably just be sat on my shoulder and count that as a short rest. Oh dear.
let's take the +1 for dexterity, giving you a 14, and the +2 should go for wisdom, since wisdom is her spellcasting ability. Which
We put my strength is my highest stat. Isn't my magic power? No, no, I'm a tank. Magic power's for spell. No, never mind. I'm just getting confused with my own head here for a sec. Like a dumbass. Can't bring up red.
there we go. And now I can give her a little feet. And we do want to give her a little something called Fey Touch. She is a Fey after all. So she will increase her ability by 1 but for wisdom, making an 18, and she will always have command as a spell. She will be able to do a 1-word command to enemies. I mean, 15 armor for a druid. Still decent.
Pretty decent. I mean, it's only 4 less than me. And I'm a tank and heavy.
And yeah, and it's only because she's. I mean, why is she so high? Yeah, she got shield. She got shield. That's why. But she's got leather armor and a shield. That's why. So +2 +2. There's still one. Huh. Yeah, because she got 11 on her armor. That's why. 11 +2 13 +2 15. That's the. But I'm actually going to, instead of her having just regular leather, I'm gonna give her studded leather, which is still light armor, but it gives her a little bit more armor.
The next armor up for me would be plate armor, wouldn't it?
Yeah, plate is the best armor that you can have, but we would need to buy it, of course. Yeah.
The world's going to be different, isn't it?
So it gives you a cost when you do the manage inventory thing. So if you scroll on down to plate, it would tell you that a plate would cost you a whopping 1,500 gold.
Ooh.
And there's, well, half plate is freaking not good. I mean, I think your regular armor is 16, and you have a shield that gives you 18, so you still got better. So if you're in luck, you would get given a magic plate, which would probably intended for you to get given.
Huh.
The thing right now for you now though is to create a character token for you, or a character, I should say.
I've done that.
I mean, not the
Saved all the.
not the character sheet itself, but as a token that you can use on the virtual tabletop thing.
Oh.
So essentially, I would need you to go into Hero Forge to create a little something to represent your character.
Hero Forge.
Yes,
Google that. Hero Forge.
because you can then build your character to look however you want. Well, or at least as close as you can. As that you can just make a little 3D module, but you don't have to actually buy it. You can just save it as is, and then you can, well, download it, and then we can then, well, I will give you the link to where the site is for to do make it as a token afterward you created your character in Hero Forge.
And the closest I can get to Half Dragon. Okay.
Yeah, the half dragon is closest. Yeah. Well, you're doing that. I can. I don't know what Soda's up to right now, or anyone else for that matter in the chat. What's people up to? I hope you're having a good Thursday night. Pengy's left, but Soda is at least here. What I can do while waiting for you, I can do a little prep for another for freaking Icewind Dale, since we're not gonna do that straight away. Uh, oh, enable for some reason the oh yeah, I did do reset the thing. That's why. should be a closed door. This should be open. And this should be open. I gotta say, Soda's been really helpful with helping me with Dungeons and Dragons prep. Because there's a lot of things like Fog of War, for example, drawing it so that the players can't like walk through walls and such things aren't easy to draw for me. So that has been helping me doing that.
Nice. I wouldn't have a clue where to start making most of that sort of stuff. I'm not even gonna lie.
I mean, I could still probably be able to give you instructions for it though, if I would want, if you would want to help. So
I wouldn't mind helping.
because the only reason Soda's been doing it is he had the most often during streams, and while I've been doing the D&D stuff, so that's the only reason. The easiest, at least, is when there's a pre when there's like keeps and such, when there's rooms, straight lines. The most difficult to draw for Go War wise is when it's caves. The walls are sort of like bumpy and stuff, so it's hard to get it to follow the walls as close as possible, sort of without like making it look weird or stuff. Hey, cookies! Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Oop, did not mean to do that. Doing a little character creation will help with character creation, but right now Mr. Des is doing the final part of the 3D module on a site called Hero Forge, so I can't. The character series itself is done, so he's doing the sort of like final to make his character look the way he wants to. Doing fine. I hope you are doing well on this Thursday evening, Mr. Cookies, Mr. Wizard. I can do that. Call my wizard, cause yeah. Only a Swedish person would know that. Well, he's not a wizard really, but only a Swedish person would know the reference to that particular wizard. We need doors there. There. A door here. Open. I got one, yeah. I got it to work. I didn't got it to work before. That's the thing. But for some reason it started working. That's why I didn't have one before. Thanks for the follow though. Only need one more follow until I can get the affiliate.
Yeah, you're super close to it now.
Yeah, 49. Oh, with cookies. Let me just make sure that my freaking Twitch app understands it. Yes, it does. How's you and you now been doing? I hope you guys been doing well in the life with the kids and stuff. Well, just a singular kid, to be fair, not plural. You only got the one. Uh, just give light. It. Ooh, it does work. Nice, nice. And can I? Yes. Well, that's at least something. You are alive. We need this here. Even if the freaking hexagonal table is way too big, we do need it. Are it going well, Mr. Des, sir?
It is. It's given me too many options. I'm having a hell of
I
a
feel
time
you.
with it.
I feel you, mate. I feel you.
There's so many options, so many
To give.
things I can do.
See heroforge.com to give cookies and so if she's still here, I'll be I know how it might look like. So this is our character. Well, I'm just gonna log in. To be fair, continue with Google. Hopefully Soda is alright. She it says she's here, but aren't seeing her. To be fair,
So I think I'm done. Obviously, there's no colour to it because, well,
you can choose color, by the way.
Oh, there it is, right there.
So you can both choose uh, color for the body and the themings of like if you want to be a castle noble of or something, the cloth and then the body, like the theme decals, a lot of things you can. Oh, so there is here.
Oh, she fell asleep. Bless her.
I mean, she often does that. She says that I have a calming voice that makes her sleep.
To be fair, I used to get a lot of people join the stream, just have me tab, and they just KO. Like, I'd be like, oh, cool.
Yeah, and I also know that a lot of the time Soda goes straight to bed and have me on the phone, so it's very easy for her to just go to sleep while listening. So, by the way, Soda, I will also need you to make a sort of like character on Hero Forge. New. So for well, species. I wonder if there are something called a sort of like fairy-ish things, but the elf might be the closest thing. Fairy tale goblin, yeah. So the closest thing that you can maybe like do maybe satyr or like elf, and then sort of like have on for some maybe have on the back of her somehow, I don't know how, have wings on her, because that's an option to have wings. So at least that's an option for if you just choose elf, and then sort of like try to make her smaller than, well, a regular human.
I think she's going to bed, bud.
Yeah. Thanks for being here, though.
Can make the model. Can make the model super small.
Yeah, we can. But at least I helped you, and if Soda needs more help after, I can still help her. So we have your character and her digital sheet character ready. So you just need like a character from Hero Forge to be done. So from her side, and then
Yeah.
then do it
I
do it.
found more options. I'm clicking everything here, bud. Alright, no, I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to stop, otherwise we're never gonna get this done.
I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind. You doing auction. You need to sort of like be happy with your character. So,
Oh, I'm happy with it. I am happy with it. So, how do I
uh,
do
so
this?
wait. You need to save it first. Hero Forge. So I need to open up again so I can.
Like, oh, I can just log in like this. Oh, that's fine.
So if I have a, because you can push the share button. It's over your character. You can have hero, because then you can rename, save as, and everything like that. Then this share, and then will sort of like buffer up. Then you can just right click that image and save the image wherever you want, even if you are happy with the pose it's having currently.
Oh, and then I just send you the picture on Discord. Discord, so
No,
you
no,
can saw it. Yeah.
no, not yet. Do not send me the Discord, because I don't need the picture. It's you that needs the picture currently.
Oh,
What I need next is hang on. I need to, since I don't have that currently. I need to freaking there. And here you go. Here you can make that picture into a token. Because you just drag the picture into the circle, and then you sort of like, yeah, center the picture to where you, when you are happy with the picture itself, and then download that picture, the token picture. Because the next part after that is something else, and now I can at least do the next part with you. can just go here for
Okay, I've got
now.
the token.
Yes, sir. Then I need you to go to Albert actually,
Okie dokie. Right,
oh.
I'm on Albert.
And now you can also change your name. By the way, you don't have to be Flying Snake.
Oh, that's. I didn't even realise that was me. uh,
It always randomizes your stuff, so to monsters. So if you haven't already, sign in with sort of like Google or stuff. You might have to like re ask for an
yeah,
invite. Yeah,
I've had to rethink it.
I press admit. I think there we go. So
Okay.
see the little toggle bar at the bottom there of your internet browser. So like search, see, map, a lot of things at the bottom there.
Search props, mounts, characters, attachments, notes, and asset
Yeah,
manager.
this asset manager you're after for now. So on characters, on that characters little tab, and then after you press on the characters tab, you can press add, and then press on new. Then you can drag your picture into the little square thing to add your character token.
Gotcha. Import.
Because it's important to be on the character, because it's bugs otherwise.
Okay. Yep, I've got it.
So essentially, right after now that you have it, now you can at all times just press on the little sword, and then there you go and drag it out. Because I can then do.
It's apparently called Dan. For some reason. That's weird.
Is it? Where
This
do?
is called. The character's called you.
Well, you see me on the players, me and you. But if you,
If I hover over my icon there, it says Dan across the top of it.
yeah, because I'm currently at your character token, selecting it.
Oh,
So you
gotcha,
now I'm not at your character anymore. So me, I shouldn't be there anymore.
gotcha.
So for example, if you when you push it, you can do the dotted line like and add it to initiative to see what your little thingy is called naturally, and then you can just name you in the initiative tracker there, and just give you your character's name there, and then like add the initiative. And that's how it works for later, like how it would work when combat starts, for example. So, for example, under edit text, you can name yourself when you select your token, because there's like lock it itself, layers, duplicate it, edit text, remove it, and like or like other things. The dotted line is for adding it to initiative and other things as well. So
I forgot what the flip I called this guy now.
it's called fuzzy for right now, but
No, you need to update. Got a different name now.
yeah, Solroth. And you can as well add your little picture if you want to upload it for D&D Beyond. You can just choose it and make sure to set it, because otherwise it sort of like removes it if you want your character to be visible there.
Oh, gotcha.
This is essentially how it works. And since I just given you vision, for example, you see what your character sees. You have like the vision of your character currently. So luckily enough, I don't have work tomorrow, because normally I would freaking go to bed now, and I normally don't stream this far in, but now this has been fun. I've been having someone to talk to, so it's so fun.
It is pretty good, like.
And I'm not really tired, so I can go if for a little bit more. If you still like want to do a little, get used to your character, to sort of like train you for like combat, to sort of like familiarize yourself with how paladins work.
Yeah, I'm good. I set my pictures and whatnot now as what they need to be. Got my little guy there named.
Yeah, because I don't need
So,
your character tokens for, because I have enough to do besides keeping tabs on the character stuff. So
that is true. Okay, I'm gonna move to there. Oh yeah, I see the little arches moved with me. That's good. So I guess you have to manually set how far the range is,
yes,
and
and I set it to be equal to your dark vision, to make sure that you can't just see everything of the map all at once. And I also sort of like created what a door there, so you can see through it, because otherwise you couldn't even go through and see the way you do.
okay. Well, what's that? Oh, there's a goblin up there.
Yeah.
Two at least.
So you see that if currently.
Yeah, I can see two. I think there's probably another one there, but okay. So how do I do a test with this then?
Essentially, these are gonna sort of like be a little stationary, but let's do a little test run. And since they sort of like seeing you, they're gonna. Since you're not speaking Goblin, they just come out.
Yeah, they're just gonna be making all sorts of random noises.
3, 4, 5, 6.
So how far is one square on this table?
One square on this table is 5 feet. And so you would be able to, on a turn, without doing anything, is 6 squares, since you have 30 feet of movement.
15-foot cone or a 30-foot line.
So for example, if you do a line, it's gonna be straight from you. So you would only get from you where you stand now, the goblin or skeleton.
So what would a cone be? Would a cone
Just
actually
Yes, right now I'm here not hearing. Well, now I hear you because Pengy was blaring blurps in my ear.
So if I did a cone, it wouldn't
Yes.
catch that line in front of me and like the ones adjacent to the one side because the other side's empty, right?
So, for example, from you, this would be a 15-foot cone from
Oh,
you.
that then. Oh yeah, because yeah, they're not inside of it. Okay.
So you would see the right hand side. You can draw the AOE that you want. So like I've you can either choose a cone, a circle, or a cube to draw from your character, and it's from you. So in this direction, this direction. So you would still need to technically move.
This triangle ones.
So essentially, you need to move closer to them to. But first, let's get you into initiative and teach you how to do that.
So
So
then,
so so if you have your character sheet open,
bringing that to my other screen.
yes sir.
Oh, right.
You will during combat you would at all points always have the character sheet open.
Character sheet.
Technically, Soda has a token, but so initiative, rolling initiative is the bottom to the left of the little shield icon on your character sheet.
Yeah, I've got a +4 to it apparently.
Yes, so I need you to push set button currently. Wait, I'm gonna go here.
You click it.
Yes, click the initiative button.
I got 3 + 4, so 7 in total.
Yeah. So on the initiative tracker, the little crossword, you can now edit your initiative to 7. So you now know when you will act in contrary to the enemy's turns.
So I click my little guy.
Not the guy. Click the crossword on the left upper left thingy. In the upper left there is a crossword section.
Ah, gotcha. And then I need to delete that and push 7.
Yes. And
There you go.
there and
I'll be dead before I get a chance to attack.
so this is the current initiative currently. So they moved on their turn. So you saw them move to that place, and they're gonna each the goblins gonna try to shoot at you. We know that 17 is a miss since you have 19 in armor class.
Correct.
16 is also a miss. 16 is a miss, and 11 is a miss. So sort of like bounces off either your shield or however you. It's essentially however you think your character might. Essentially, you not they try to hit you. They not gonna hit you currently. They shot at you,
Arrows in the floor.
and which gives you your turn currently. So
So I can move up to, what is it, 30 feet?
yes, which is 6 squares.
So, walking counts as a turn.
No, because a turn you can both move your movement speed do an action and do a bonus action on your turn. But you can choose to use an action, for example, to dash, which gives you your movement speed again. So you can, for example, move 60 feet if you dash as an action. So
Where would that go? That's 15, so still doesn't catch them all. So if I move, oop, I need to swap the tool. If I move him there, oh no, I need to be one further forward. My bad, one sec.
sort of like sort of like here ish.
Yeah, and then I do 15 feet, which would catch them 4.
Yes, which I then would need to make some sort of save of some kind on them.
That is breath weapon acid,
Yes.
and I need to click the 1d10 box there to see how many.
No. I need to make the save first. So before you roll damage on the,
Okay.
I need to know what save I need to make. Because I think I need to make a DC 12 dexterity. That's
Yeah, 12 dex.
there we go.
Oh, so I do need dex, because that's currently my dexterity. Okay. That's how fast I can spit my breath attack. Okay.
No, that's the DC of your. It's not your dex score. It's based on your con modifier. You see. So
Okay. Yeah, I see that.
so essentially, this is 12. So if when you take the attack action on your turn, you can replace one of your attacks with an exhalation of a magical energy to either fitting cone or which the dex saving throw I need to make is based of a DC 8 plus your con modifier plus your proficiency modifier. So like 8 plus 4 in this case. So 8 plus 2 plus 2. The DC will go up when you reach level 5. Because that's when the proficiency bonus goes up to plus 2 to plus 3. Or when you get a high concentration. They seem to be very dexterous, these goblins and skeletons, more than usual. So they will not. They succeeded in their save.
So if they succeed, they only take half damage according to this.
Yes, so the damage was something. I did see it momentarily.
The damage is. I need to do a 1d10 to get the damage.
And it was 10 damage. You did max damage, so everyone takes.
You don't take 5 damage. Nice.
So even if they succeeded with the save, they still do a hefty amount of it. It was this one, not 6-5 damage, because they don't have. Good that you didn't choose a certain other type of damage of your thing, because that would mean that the skeletons wouldn't take any damage at all from that one.
I'm guessing cold damage?
I'm not telling. Cause you haven't discovered that. So that's your attack action on your turn. You still have a bonus action left.
Bonus action, let's see.
So for example, Shield of Faith is a bonus action. is the only thing that I know that you have as a bonus action. Or you can lay on lay,
Pulling out my
lay on hands.
way of pulling out my one-handed weapon, which I currently don't have, but would count, I suppose.
No. Bonus action is just Shield of Faith, or you use your lay on hands pool currently.
Oh, I've got two weapon fighting here in my actions in combat.
Which
Or is that just mean
yeah,
two-handed weapon?
yeah, no. If you would have another weapon in your hand besides the that you could use as a light weapon with. So, for example, if you both used your long your warhammer, then went in with a you could then go in with a short sword or a rapier or like a dagger as a bonus action to attack again.
Oh, okay. Let's cast Shield of Faith.
Yes, sir. Which means your current is 21, which I will keep in mind.
Okay. Then I believe it's your turn, I guess.
Yes. Just bear in mind for when sessions are gonna start. Always keep the initiative tracker on, and there is a little button that go to the next turn in the initiative tracker, like that.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so it's the Goblin Warriors next.
No, it was skeleton less after you. So
Oh, okay.
they are gonna also try to shoot at you, but you made it sort of like
I'm at point blank range at this point.
not from them though.
Big old
And it's good that you did Shield of Faith, because the first skeleton, the skeleton would have hit you, because they just got a 19. It would have hit you. This one will though. So for 22 to hit.
22 to hit, so I take 1 damage, okay.
No. I usually roll, you see. So
Oh, then you see how many damage, okay.
so I just click the button and it's 8 damage.
Oof.
The bonus is pretty damn. It's 1d6 plus 3, and I got a 5, so 5 plus 3 is 8.
I'm at 6 health, so
This is your a teaching session anyway, so you're not getting killed anyway. So the skeletons at least isn't that point blank, but the 3 of the goblins are at point blank. Two have made their attacks already. That's a miss, and that's a miss. It was like 18 and 17 I got in total, so they freaking roll pretty damn hard, these skeletons.
apparently so, they're taking no mercy.
They're freaking.
Warhammer just attacks a single target, doesn't it? Yeah, 5-foot reach, so it's just a single target, okay.
And now it's the goblin's turn again.
Oh crap, yeah, it is. I is dead here. Dead.
7, 10, 9, and a 15. Nope.
It's just little arrows sticking in the.
I mean, they're trying to attack you with like scimitars right now, because there's short swords. Because no, these are scimitars with the goblins have this, the skeletons have short swords, but they're not getting through your freaking shield. So they can't do anything. That's your would be your second pool.
Second and last use of the breath weapon, yeah.
And it's a dex I need, so
Dex 12.
and it's one skeleton that gets stuck in there as well. So and they do succeed, but you do damage at least.
Okay, so they all succeeded in that. So I need to do the roll the dice, but they're going to take half of whatever this rolls. Okay.
Yes.
That is a 9, so they're going to take what, 4?
Yeah, 4. This is usually rounded down when it comes to D&D, so it's A, B, and C. Och så var det den där som också skadades så. Det är, let's see here, this one looks pretty freaking bad right now. He's looking like he gonna die. The skeleton. There we go. Pew. 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 They're just bouncing off your armor.
Just ting, ting. Oh.
And they
24, that's a hit. There's another 24, that's a hit. I am dead. Don't need to do the math, I'm just dead. That's more than 6 damage straight off.
yeah.
Yeah, my dude is good.
But this was just a trial run anyway.
Well, to be fair, it was me versus Ace, so.
Yes, and it was a trial.
This one was getting his head kicked in.
Yeah, I mean, and this also gave me like a good way to tell you to how to do a long rest.
Yeah, because a short rest is 4 hours, but a long rest is 8 hours.
Short rest is actually only 1 hour
Oh.
in 5e.
Oh wow. It's weird because over here I've still got a cone of yours, saying 15 feet.
So I probably need to refresh. I just did.
There we go. Okay, so
Because we can hide these again and move them. This was only to give like more the how to do your character sheets. So, but a long rest is you have like a share button, a short rest button, and a long rest button on your character sheet. So you can press the long rest button, and you will reset every like spent resource that you have. At least should do.
there we go. My relevant abilities have been reset. So there's a short no. Is it a long rest that heals, or is it?
Automatically a long, so you need a long rest specifically.
Okay. So long rest. If I do that just for the balance of it, yeah, a long rest fully heals me. Okay.
So if you,
Does
if,
a long rest
yes,
does a long rest always fully heal, or is it
yes,
set
always,
amount?
always fully heals. But if you, for example, do a short rest, you can put your check in the little box there, and then it turns up with that little that you can spin a hit die, and then you can click it to spend your hit die and after take a short rest, because it would then heal you for that amount that you spent for the hit dice. But you don't need to do it now though. But
I can mark things as well. It's good in a way of being able to keep track of how much stuff I've done or what am I still able to do, which is quite nice.
it does that pretty well for D&D Beyond. Actually, it does it very very well. But just always also during the action remember to like check in the boxes for like breath weapons attacks. This battle wasn't necessary for do such things, but for like when combat does occur during the campaign, remember to sort of like check them off.
Yeah, that'll be wise.
And I
Don't
mean,
get confused.
and I also one other thing is after the sessions is like also appreciative. Don't try to cheat. Is
Not
it?
to cheat, because the only one I'm going to be cheating is myself, really.
I mean, it's because it was fine now since I have a stream open, and I did have the encounter table open and I roll from there. So that's why you saw me hitting you.
Oh no, because I had my tabletop on one and the character on the other one, so I wouldn't be able to see him anyway.
You do?
Uh huh. I've only got two monitors, and I had the um when
Because because
when you
you
were
shouldn't
attacking
be.
me, I had my character screen attacking like overlapping a tab with your stream, so I couldn't see it.
Yeah,
And then when you were talking and explaining and then trying to show me something, that's only when I would look at the
the stream. Yeah,
tabletop on your stream.
because
Because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna like
wait, let's see here.
quote unquote screen look, it's just gonna ruin the experience.
Because that's you shouldn't be able to see me rolling damage to you,
Don't think I saw you rolling damage, but I saw
or
the
the hits. I mean, I because that's weird. It shouldn't like go for to show you, because it should only like so that I see it. You shouldn't be able to see whether I hit or not. Well, if unless I tell you to.
no, no, I didn't say any of that. I only saw that when you were explaining things.
Okay. Good, good,
But
good.
obviously, I wouldn't be doing that when we were streaming anyway, because I have both monitors fully covered up anyway. So
That's a good at
I just
least.
wanted to just leave a character sheet right there.
Yeah, it does. And
It's really, really handy.
having a like on one monitor maybe the character sheet, and then the other one the VTT where you see the map.
Yeah, that's what I had. Unless you were explaining, and then I'd swap back to your stream to see what you were on about.
Yeah, because it's not obvious all the time
Yeah,
what I'm trying to. But at least was a good way to sort of like try to get you the hang of things. I didn't know what to put. I used put a little bit of random because I thought that maybe Soda would be able to be with us, but she wasn't so.
yeah.
Because then you could like
I,
support it, sort of like support each other. But at least now could get a refresher how to do things. But since it's a digital thing, it's brand new for you.
It is. I'm used to sitting there with I'd have my printed out character sheet that I've filled in, and then I'd have a separate pen and paper to mark down what I'd done, and then I'd put like little tally marks, and then after I'd rest, I'd rub them out and just keep going from there.
Yeah,
But
and
I can click and unclick and I'm done. It's
a lot of things get done for you here, so it's really really good that way. It's gonna
so say I was to level up, like obviously when we've done quests and
yeah.
all that jazz. Do my strength, dexterity, constitution? I get to level them, don't I?
Those scores you level up when you get to certain levels. So like when you get access to ability scores improvements.
Okay.
So for let's go for classes again. Those so let's say paladin. View paladin details. So level 4, 8, 12, 16, 19. You would be able to do either ability score improvements or a feature, depending on what you want. So, because features can also give you stats increases.
Okay.
Certain features besides like, but then it's like, for example, if you choose Aberrant Dragon Box, for example, which is a feature that gives you 1+1 in Constitution, to which is good if you have an uneven score in Constitution, so to give you to like from 50 to 16, because every even number increases your stat in a. So for example, Aberrant Dragonmark would also give you access to a sorcerer spell of your choice.
Oh.
Plus giving you a +1 to Constitution, for example.
Yeah, level 5 and 6 are looking nice.
So 5 gives you like the extra track plus the Faithful Steed, which is you always get that as that spell, so you can cast. So you have a horse that you can magically summon for free, and Aura of Protection. And there's also like the fighting style, which was I was on about, that you like get to choose like defense or like blind fighting or whatnot. You get to choose one there. Paladin Smite, that you can use Divine Smite for free once a day, and then also you also always have it prepared, so you both get to use one for free once per day, and then you can use the spell slot if you choose to do it. So you never have to prepare Divine Smite specifically. There's other smites that you might want to prepare besides it.
Gotcha.
So there's a lot. So like the Paladin's site has so like the aura of protection. This will automatically apply to you, but if other creatures are within your aura, gain a bonus to all saving throws that's equal to your charisma modifier. And it will automatically apply to you. So
I can only cast 2 spells a day.
currently yes, and that will be until level 3. That will gain one more level 1 slot. Uh, it's gonna go to your character again. So I can just So for example, our protection currently would give you 3 more in every saving throw. So intelligence, for example, that you currently have +1 on would become a +4 automatically after you get the aura protection, because it applies everything for you. And since you get it at level 6 as well, now you might have increased charisma by then. With so, so you have +4 on charisma. Since you have so good stats already, no stat you currently have is uneven, so you can just.
I know wisdom's 11.
Wisdom is 12 on your character's.
Huh? On mine, I'm literally looking at it. Mine says 11. One sec, I'll refresh.
Mine says 12 also for some reason. Don't know why.
Yeah. There we go. Mine rolled. Yeah, it rolled even now. For some reason, it was saying it was only 11.
Yeah, because I switched it. I did. I think I did switch it so that it became 12, and that's why your strength score became 20. So you don't have you hit for the hardest you ever hit for with your weapons, unless like you. It's I think it's only will improve with the proficiency essentially. How hard you will hit afterwards and how much damage would, because the damage is always based on your strength modifier. Whether or not you hit though is both your strength score and proficiency. So from level 5 you're gonna hit your hit bonus gonna be 8 for example, instead of like +7 like it is now.
That's gonna be sweet.
Plus that you get to attack twice if you attack with a weapon. And what's good is like I said with the breath attack, is that you can replace one of the attacks you do with a breath weapon. So essentially, you can either you do 2 breath weapons back to back on level 5 if we want, or like switch in between.
Very handy. Huh.
So it's like very interesting. Plus the whole, but you also need to also think about when to use spell slot, like well, both for like Shield of Faith and when do I need to use Cure Wound on myself or on others, because you sort of like forgot to use your Lay on Hand pool this time.
I did.
Because you,
The shield. I think I'll probably cast that when I get to about half health.
I mean, Shield of Faith is a good buff straight off the bat, and then if people hit anyway, and you get low, you can use your Lay on Hand pools to sort of like either heal yourself bits at a time, or use your entire pool of 5 currently to, or use your wounds, depending on how you want to still. For example, if you still want to attack that turn, but you know that you want healing, you can both attack and then use your Lay on Hand to heal yourself up a little bit at least.
True. What's the heroic inspiration here?
That is example. Then, if you double click, so if you click the heroic inspiration, it will tell you what it does in general.
Oh, there it is.
It's gonna be easier to earn yourself heroic inspiration than it tells you here during my campaign, though. Because essentially, one of the house rules I will have is when you score a critical hit on something, you can choose to inspire one of your allies in battle.
Okay.
And the same.
Performance inspiration. You can expend it to re-roll any dice immediately. After rolling it, you must use the new roll. See, that could be a blessing or a curse because you could roll a 5 and be like, I'll just try it again and then get a 2 and you're like, oh, poo. Okay.
And for example, so if someone get a crit miss on you, for example, if you like goblin misses you really bad, you get inspired and get one. And you can and during my homebrew thing is you can essentially take what monsters have a legendary action during so after someone's turn. Like you can just then butt in and well, not I'm gonna interrupt whatever whoever next and interject with a like action or a bonus action or whatever. If you have a heroic action, so hope for like that the other players gives you a heroic action or someone like critically misses you to earn yourself one, so you can like then
Yeah.
do extra turns.
Okay.
So if you like if you crit, you kind of like you say, well, thanks to this hard hit, I inspire Soda, for example, which is one of the players.
Yeah.
And then she can inspire you back afterwards if she crits sometimes on a like attack roll thing or a spell that needs attack rolls.
Proficiency. When you roll initiative, I get a +2. Oh, cool. Oh, that's what proficiency level prone is for. Fence, and these are all automatically done as well, which is even better. Means I don't forget anything.
A lot of things is gets done automatically.
One thing that used to really throw our campaign back in the day off because we'd be doing things, but we'd forget tiny little details that could really like have changed things dramatically, like our extra buffs to armor class, my passive healing spells that I'd used, and then we'd forget to carry over for
Yeah,
like 3 turns it lasted, and things just went haywire with it. I mean, we ended up. The reason it stopped was it got to the point where it was just boring.
and
Instead of
yep.
instead of the DM kind of, we weren't playing how we should have. Put it that way. 3 idiots new to D&D. Instead of sticking to the path that was put in front of us, we were like, oh well, I'm gonna go over there.
And I
Oh,
mean,
there's a wolf. We'll kill them. Oh, there's a giant. Oh, we'll fight them. We're not supposed to, but we'll fight them and kill them anyway because we were getting lucky rolls and stuff, which in turn kind of threw the whole thing off, and we ended up doing more in a session than we were supposed to in like months, which was stupid. But
and that's why I like to be prepared.
yeah,
Like I always like I did it with Icewind Dale. I did it with the freaking Lost Mine of Fandelver. Well, Fandelver Blow the Shadow Obelisk, which we're gonna do, and same with Tomb of Annihilation. I essentially prepared the whole freaking module like it's written in the book, and with what encounters are, then try to like do as many random encounters as possible, and try to make up well what makes sense for the area, sort of thing.
so you know, you in Icewind Dale, you always start in the same town. Everyone ends up
No, no, no,
in the
no.
pub. You know, the classic. Everyone just like bumps into each other. That's how you meet type story. That's what ours was anyway.
Yeah,
Well,
in general, but it's not always in the same time. But yeah,
so himself because he actually had the hard copies of everything because he went a bit OTT and he was just that kind of person, I suppose. Anyway, he showed us the map, and there was even pictures of like the view outside the tavern and this, that, and other, and there was a big giant ice spire,
Okay.
and it's on the actual map itself for that specific thing, but you're not meant to go there. Well, guess where we went?
There.
we we killed dire wolves. We killed what was it? There was like a certain race of poachers. We killed them. We got to the tower. We rescued animals. We killed the um, ice giant that was there, like in the dumbest, stupidest way possible. And I don't know. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. It was fun what we did. But when you've killed at level 1, when you've killed dire wolves, a whole horde of poachers, and an ice troll, you pretty much go from level 1 to level 3, and then
Normally,
you
yes.
haven't even started the actual campaign yet. So then you're over leveled, and everything just becomes a cakewalk unless you have a bit of a bad session like we did and start getting really bad rolls. But because you're a bit more boosted, it doesn't really matter.
I mean, I started Icewind Dale with my place being in level 3 already. So, I mean, and we did everyone comes together and doing, then I set them on the one of the town's quests before them even arriving in the Dale and the first towns. They're like, well, everyone me get a reason to do that quest, and then you get to go to Bryn Shander, which is the biggest town in the 10-town area.
Well, I think we did 5 sessions.
Yes, sure.
It was every Sunday, and I think it was about 5, maybe 6 hours at a push for each session.
I mean, I usually go for 3 hours. So these sessions are gonna be probably 7 to 10 when we start them. My time, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know. Depends. So 6 to 9 ish. Your time.
We'd get there. We'd have like loads of sweets or candy, whatever you want to call it, snacks, all that jazz, and we'd sit down. I think in one session, it was the second one. We did a bunch of quests. We rescued the town. We got them the fish supply back because we realised something had blocked, like goblins had blocked a cave, which had made a dam. Blah blah blah. The whole spiel. We found a bunch of cursed necklaces.
I mean,
Getting back to the town, we ended up getting given a pub as payment because they didn't have any gold, and my brother was trying to haggle them. It's a freaking reward.
I mean,
he was a rogue and he was called Dildo. I'm just saying.
and I mean, goblin blocking. I mean, some of these quests seems like it were sort of like homebrew quests that they did. So
it was definitely homebrew because even at the time, I had my birthday at this point, and for some reason, he decided to print out and model an actual mace for my character.
Okay.
Which then got added to the game. That was kind of stupid. Apparently, it was what was it? It was supposed to be this absolutely amazingly powerful mace, but it was dormant. That was his way of making sure that we couldn't be stupidly overpowered.
Makes sense, yeah.
But we never got to finish it, and he never gave me the model that he printed out for me. He actually had a 3D printed little mini model, not full scale, but it could fit in the palm of your hand.
Nice. But I mean, I did my own versions of a lot of the homebrew items for that campaign for my players. I mean, I did show you some of them. And I did also I have did the same now for Tomb of Annihilation for when I'm gonna start that campaign for those players. So I don't know when it's gonna use them, but I might reuse those items and stuff if we ever get to do Icewind Dale. Who knows?
It'll be good fun. Like I said, we broke the whole thing story that he had, but
Luckily,
well, that story's gonna be amazing. But he'd never do the prep work like you did. He would just try and come up with it on the fly, and then when it didn't work, because he put no afterthought into it, it kind of ruined it.
luckily enough, luckily enough, I had no sort of know how to keep people on the track, and also have a lot of things prepared. Not everything, but even if I like have the combat encounters themselves sort of prepared and on the maps, I might didn't know that you're gonna go this way this soon. I might need to add these creatures on initiative order. Like, it was probably the only thing that I didn't prepare, like do the initiative. But that, I mean, that's why I also constantly say, well, I'm pretty new. I don't not the best like DM, but I'm trying.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and I'm telling you, I just think it's fun. I'm not gonna. I just want to do it for fun anyway. I'm not gonna do it as a profession anyway. So
The main thing is you enjoy it.
yeah, wish I do.
Exactly. That's the main thing. It's pointless doing something you don't like. Like that's. I mean, it's
Exactly.
goes for life, but like if you're gonna dedicate your time to something, you might as well do something you enjoy.
Yeah, indeed. That's gonna end the stream, but I will be right back.
Not a problem, bud. Not a problem. I'm just gonna go for a smoke anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Catch you. Anyway, people, I will be back on Saturday, where I probably will be. Yes, very long stream, longer than I normally use for. Never. Don't normally go for like this many hours, dude, man. Never gone for 3 hours. I will be back on Saturday with either Baldur's Gate or Rome Total War. Something else, maybe, if I don't feel like those games. But thanks to everyone that came in today. And I will see you people on Saturday. Thank you again, people. Bye bye bye.